Alrighty, what's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to the stream. I think I got maybe some audio reverb. There we go. Shouldn't be any more audio reverb now. I think, anyways. Alrighty, so today I'm going to be doing a bit of listing editing on this shoot I recently did yesterday. Probably the largest shoot I have ever done. It was absolutely massive. I actually got a chance to take some people with me on this shoot and let them shadow me. So if you are still interested in that, I had a sign up sheet. I have 20 people on that list. One person is now off that list because they came and shadowed with me yesterday. Due to COVID, I am going to be taking people more smaller groups with me on listings and let them learn that way. I'm still going to do a class, but the state is mandating that we do things differently. So try not to get anybody in trouble or get myself in trouble. So, but today we're going to go through and do a listing that was $1.2 million, rather large, 6,700 square feet. And I incorporated some FPV shots. So I'll show you how I brought those into the frame. I may be forcing the shots a little bit, but I feel like they add like a different dynamic that we haven't seen on anybody else's videos as of yet, anyways. I say as of yet, but we will take a look here. Let's go ahead and jump into the chat here. I see we've got Mac Yes, we've got Weekend Droners, David Leo, got Charles Fisher, Prasath Ken, Cactus, Cigar Nation, how's it going? Got EMAC in there. Taurus, how's it going, brother? And we got Charles Fisher. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump over to the live desktop scene. Alrighty, so this is where I'm at right now with the house. I am working through the edit. So this is what I have so far. I've already started editing it, and yeah, so I'm just gonna get to where I need to be. All right, so that's where we're at so far. So I'm trying to work my way into the house. So what I want to do is I'm going to do some keyframing here to get myself into the house because I want it to open up to this shot here. So what I'm going to do is run some masks. That's like sort of like I said, that's like my signature that I like to do is run masks on these transitions here. So I'm going to invert this mask by clicking the invert icon. What's going on, guys? I'm going to click the invert icon, and then I'm just going to expand this mask. And I'm just going to make it the shape, try to make it big enough to get it over this image. All right, cool. Next thing I'm doing, I'm add some keyframes. So I'm going to do mask path, mask feather, and I'm going to make the feather 20%. Now that feather is important because that's what makes it look like sort of natural. I'm going to come in here on this image. And now this is the tedious work. So I have to go line by line keyframe until I see that. See that little spot right there where I can see the backside? So now I'm going to keyframe the image that's underneath this layer into the frame. And that's what's going to get me into the house. So let's go ahead and keep moving this over. And sometimes you can get away with not going every frame, but sometimes I've found like certain scenes, you got to go every frame or slightly overlap things. Sometimes when it's like a white pillar like this, it's okay. But I found like if I do a tree, I'm having to go frame by frame because it looks really goofy. So right there, so that's a half frame. Come back over. See, I can see a little bit there. So you don't want that underneath layer to come before the pillar actually is. You want it to like be one seamless move. Sam Colder does this a lot. I think that's where I really got the idea for this. It's a little harder to see right there. So we'll come down a little bit here. All right. Yeah, I'm on Premiere Pro, Tana. I tried Final Cut, but like for the price to value to build a computer, I just found that building a computer and running Premiere, I can get similar results. And now with Premiere's latest update, it's really, really good. Like this, I'm getting my timeline scrubbing back and I'm able to export videos really, really fast. So not that exporting a video to me was fast is important. I rather have a smooth editing experience, but I think Premiere made a lot of good changes recently. It's still a love-hate though. All right, so we'll keep going on with that. All right. And my goal is by the time you see where those peaks in the music are, by the time I get into the doorway, I want to have it to where it's showing mostly the interior shot where those peaks are. So I'm trying to edit to the music the best I can anyways. We'll see how this looks. I may have to refine this mask a little bit. Just keep coming over. Like I said, this takes way more time than I should probably do to do this, but it is such a nice little way to get into a house. All right, so now we got our keyframing done. This is essentially what it's going to look like. And I'm just going to render that out so I can play it back nice and smooth. All right, let me check it out. Yeah, Premiere needed to step their game up. This was a long time coming for them. They definitely needed to step that game up. You can hear the beats of the music. You got to tap. And it's not everything. It's the key points. Like right there is a key point. But I'm not going to edit to that specifically. And then I'll speed this up. So then we'll go into the house. Like that's a grand shot right there. So, and I don't want to like let it linger out. So there we go. So because this house is so big, I have to be really careful of how many shots I have because you don't want it to be a super, super long video. But you want to be enough to show somebody. And I do a speed ramp on this, but I'm going to leave it because I think it flows really well, actually. I'm just going to cut it back to here, I think. I think that looks good. And I'll color grade everything after that. So that looks good. All right, so this house is going to be a two-part video. I have to edit two different videos because I have one spot where the realtor is talking, and then I have a video that I'm doing now that is just going to be for MLS, which can go anywhere. So when you're dealing with agents that do video, you have to be mindful that, hey, if they're going to put this on the MLS, you can't have them in the shot. So I think I like this shot too. I think I screwed up right there. But you know what? Oh, you know what it was? I saw my brother down here. He's taking photos. That's right. So let's see. I'm trying to think of what shot I want to do next. So let's see. Yeah, I sort of want to showcase this piece. All right, there we go. Let's see how that looks, actually. All right, that's good right there, actually. Let's speed that up a little bit. Trying to think if that looks good. I got to fix the verticals on that one. I noticed my gimbal was acting a little goofy. Watch those verticals. There we go. You know what? I can actually fix that magnification. There it is. There. I think that is pretty good right there. This should be okay. And I'm going to cut it right there. Nest that transition. Warp stabilizer. All right, there we go. Have I tried DaVinci Resolve? I've tried it. Not really a fan, just because it doesn't really fit my workflow. DaVinci's nice, but it's just not. It's just there's a lot of pro features that I think are still missing to make DaVinci like fully usable for me, at least. That's my personal taste. All right, so I'm gonna go through this again here. All right, so that looks good there. So I'm trying to get all the first floor shots done. Trying to like make the details matter. It's like it's hard. Sometimes I really tried to shoot this house with the intention that I wanted to make things flow, but because it was so big and we had to shoot directly after this house, I found that my brother and I were overlapping one another. So he was doing the photos and I was doing the video, and we were overlapping one another. And he was using flash, so I had to be really careful to not get the flash in the shot. So it's tough when you're doing a house like this. And like with this shot right here, I can probably slow it down to 80%. I'll add oh, you know what? Before I do that, because I did add some warp stabilizer, which I want to add a little bit more to. I'm going to nest that sequence. I'm going to slow it down to speed duration. We'll go 80%. And then we'll add a little optical flow. Where is my frame blending? Timer. There it is. Optical flow. So add that. That'll allow me to slow down that 20 frames or 24 frames per second, make it a little smoother, I guess. The only bad thing about Premiere is like it doesn't do background rendering, so you have to find yourself constantly rendering shots out. So this was FPV drone. That was Mavic Air or Mavic 2 Pro. That's FPV here. I'm pretty happy with those shots, actually. Alrighty, so let me go down to the living room here, because we got a lot of really nice macro slider shots here. Like super finite details, which I want to get some detail shots in here. I use the slider for some of these shots, which I like using the slider. It saves me a lot of time. So that's a good little detail shot. And I know I got one of the fireplace. There we go. That shot of the fireplace. Couldn't get the fireplace to turn on. They must not have had the propane turned on, which was a bit of a bummer. I guess I could make something work for that, but I don't know. I don't know what I don't want to put a fake fire in there. I don't think that would look really natural. Oh, well. See this shot right here. And see, the thing too is when you're doing this, you want to bounce back and forth. You don't want two things going in the same direction. So you'll notice as I'm doing these detail shots, we're going to go right, left, and then right. And actually, that fireplace movement is a little too long in comparison to everything else. It doesn't need to be that long. So there we go. We'll shorten that up. You want just enough movement. And the only time a slider works like this is when you're dealing with something that is in close proximity to whatever it is that you're filming. So you got to keep that in mind. You don't want to just film anything because it's not going to look good. So let's go out. There we go. And we'll go warp stabilizer. We'll take that down to 7%. I think that should look good. And you notice here's another peak. So we're going to move to another bedroom here in a moment. Yo, thanks, Tana. I appreciate it, brother. Thanks, man. Smoke a stogie. Yeah, it looked like they had the propane off. They used like Tico People's gas or something like that, and I was looking at it and it was off. I tried turning it on. We definitely tried, but I'm like, do I really want to blow up a house? Let's take a look at all these detail shots. So that was moving a little bit fast, so I'll probably slow that down to 80%, but I'll need to nest that sequence first. Yeah, I got to nest that sequence. So anytime you add warp stabilizer to a sequence in which you're going to add stabilization or change the speed, because I came out this way, so I want to go this way. So I'm also going to just, yeah, do something like that. Speed duration, and we'll set that down to 80. And we'll do a time in optical flow on that too. I'm going to render that out. I want to see that because I think there's a little jarring movement, which I didn't really like. But sometimes that happens. This is like I wouldn't say the hero shot, but this is the room that will sell this house probably. All right, so I can probably take this one down a little bit because I'm noticing too, I took a shot here where I did a slider shot. And that's a good shot too. But I sort of screwed it up a little bit, I think. But let me see. Did I screw it up? I think I did. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think the verticals are off though. Yeah, the verticals are definitely off on that. So I'll speed this shot up. Try to make it match that other shot. All right, so that's going to work for there. So now I'll move to another room. Let's move to the next primary room of the house, which I feel would be the kitchen. So I'll do something like that for this room. Like this. I don't need this to go all the way through, just enough. All right. Now I'm going to do all the macro detail shots of the kitchen appliances because they have like all these Gen Air appliances and it's just really nice. So I'll throw some clips in there of that. I think, where's all my Gen Air appliances? I need to sort this. I'll sort by name. There we go. I know I had a lot of appliances shots. All right, cool. And since I'm going to export this out in 1080p, we can go ahead and really crop in on that a little bit. There we go. Got that appliance shot. And some reason, only one sink worked in the kitchen. Such a nice house, only one sink worked. They had the water shut off to the other sink, I think. A little weird. There must have been a leak at some point. All right, so I got that. There we go. Actually, I want to break that up. Wait a second. I know I did it. Did I not hit record? I'll be pissed. Oh my God. I didn't hit record on the stove. Now I'm pissed. Done that quite a bit actually lately. How did I miss that? All right. I'll have to figure something out. That's going to have to be the shot that's going to do it. Yep. That's going to have to be the shot that'll do it. Since there was no stove working. There we go. Let's watch that back. I can't believe I did that. Speed duration. Let's go at 80. Yo, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Good to see you, Trenton. Flow. All right, so that looks good there. Man, I can't believe I screwed that shot up. That right there. And I want to do something like this. Yo, thanks, B-Mac. Appreciate it, brother. Trying to see that vertical. Like the verticals look straight. I think this lens has the slightest bit of barrel distortion because I can see it right about there. So I'm cutting it like before I get to that point. You know, like I don't want to go too fast with the shots, but I got to sort of go fast enough because, well, we only got so much time in a video to do it. All right, let's see what's up with that right there. I think that's good enough right there. maybe a little more. Oh, speed. Reverse. See what that looks like. That's not bad. That's actually not bad. All right. Trying to remember. Trying to remember all these rooms. There's so many rooms. It's insane. Like, he's got this office area here, which I didn't realize. You know what? I think I went back and shot that again because there was a window open. That's right. I did that shot into there because we opened the window. So cool. We'll do that like that. I wonder what the CPU is running on this. Now I'm streaming. That's all right. Now the question remains: do I speed ramp that? Sort of feel like I should, just to save time. I don't know. We'll see. I want to see how that looks. Sorry guys, I'm trying to edit. I'm looking at everything too. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. Yeah, John was with me yesterday on this shoot. So he was a big help. It looks laggy in that frame because the frame isn't rendered out. Anytime you see anything where there is red or yellow, it will lag in the frame. So it's got to be rendered out. That's one of the bad things about Premiere Pro, that you have to sometimes render the frames. Plus, too, with streaming and everything else, it can really bog down a computer. I'm probably pushing this computer to its limit. Well, CPU's at 13%. The graphics card's doing a little bit of work, but it's also encoding. I'm doing pretty good as far as processes go, I guess. So that's good. Yeah, I actually like editing. I was going to start this video last night, but I was trying to think to myself. I was like, man, do I really want to? I was beat. I did two listings back to back yesterday. And I was thinking to myself, do I really want to try to edit this video and not get a good edit? So I just like, I'll sleep on it and I'll edit today. So today is going to be all like, I'm just going to edit all these videos I did yesterday for clients. And sometimes that's why it's been a little harder to produce content recently, because you've got deadlines and you got to get this work to them. You can't always make YouTube videos. So being able to stream the video, edit and process is actually pretty cool, because it sort of kills two birds with one stone sometimes. And also sometimes I'll run into issues or trouble while I'm editing, and you don't always see that when you do a tutorial. When I edit a tutorial, sometimes you'll edit out your mistakes, so you guys are going to see all the mistakes I make like live. So it's just a sort of the process. What's going on, JSK Enterprise? All right, so I guess a lot of people didn't go to church today. Kidding. I should be at church, right? Uh, bu- 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 this one clip is really having a struggle trying to warp stabilize. So I don't like to stabilize every single clip, but some reason this gimbal it does a good job, but sometimes it still screws up, and it has like very robotic movements. So stabilizing clips will help take out that roboticness of the shit ribs. That hurt. It'll take out the warp, the like the roboticness of it all. So we'll see. All right, come on. Clip's almost done. Almost at, it's 259 frames. And see, that's another reason why I shoot 24 frames per second. If you shoot 60 frames per second, you have more frames to stabilize. That's something to think about. When you're shooting all these frames, you gotta stabilize them all. All right, let me get over to here. That's where I wanted to see it. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So I can actually, I'm going to nest that sequence. And I'm just going to add a little bit of warp stabilization to that. I'm going to add it here. I'm going to come all the way over here. Right here. And we're not going to add a lot. We're just going to make it try to look as natural as we can. Add a little bit of a peak there. All right. See if I go faster, what it looks like. Yeah, that's better, faster. Much better, faster. I want to render that out and play this all back and see how it flows. I gotta tune that shot a little bit. I'm not really happy with it. Am I using just the gimbal indoors? Yeah, I only use a gimbal indoors. I don't use drones inside. I did actually, I take that back. I did fly the drone out the window of this house. And then once we color grade everything, it's gonna look good. And I'm shooting at f6 in the house. Like a lot of people are shooting at f2.8. I'm shooting at f6 because it's making these images super sharp. It looks so good. I love the way it looks. I'm just bumping the ISO up to a dramatic number. All right, cool. So that looks good. Yeah, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, you probably missed the shot I did with the with this right here. So this was where I flew this outside the house. This is the, what the hell is this? This is the Cinewoop that we had built. And, yeah, it's pretty cool. There's a couple of shots. Where is it? We hit the golf course. I don't think golfers were really happy about this, but this is going to make it in the video too. Just because I like the way it looks. Love the way that looks. And once I smooth it all out, it's going to look pretty cool. John. He didn't know what the hell to think of that. So I like this because it gives different perspectives. So yeah. Thought it was a cool way to sort of bring it into the house, I should say. Just something different to change it up. Wait, did I tell him to move? I think I did. Yeah, he moved. There we go. Couldn't remember. Sometimes I can't remember if I tell somebody to move or not. Alrighty, let's go ahead. Jump in that one. We'll add 5% to that. I know there's a bedroom downstairs. There's also a bathroom downstairs in which I wasn't really happy with. I think I did do the slider shot. There, I should. I was in the frame. I was having struggles with this one. Warp stabilize that too. Not really happy with that one. That one's going to be a 10% stabilize. And why did I do this twice? I did this twice. Oh, I know I did it twice. You can see off to the right, there's my, I can see myself in the mirror here. So what we'll do, we'll fix that. We'll just simply crop in a little bit, and then we'll just adjust the verticals. So now the verticals are straight. There. That's fixed. I'm a pincher when it comes to sticks. I can't thumb. The thumb never felt natural. To do the thumbs, I've always pinched. Probably why I was no good at video games. Okay, let's see what all that looks like. That wants to analyze a little further. That one wants to analyze a little further. This analyzation crap takes forever. This is the bane of editing with Premiere, is when you do warp stabilizer, you have to then go through and freaking make sure it analyzes the clip. Sort of annoying. And this one here, it almost looks like the door is not vertical, but maybe it is. Maybe it's just my perception. All right, so that clip stabilized out. This clip wants to be analyzed further. What the hell? .72 frames. Let's go. CPU's at 72 degrees. Yeah, try pinching. I find like when I first started, I tried thumbing and it wasn't comfortable. Then once I moved to this, I felt like I can get like a little more granular control, and it also allowed my fingers to be closer to the wheel and all the other accessories that are on your controller. I mean, what I did was when I first started, no lie, I picked up my controller and I just held it like this, no drone, and I just sort of went through the movements of how am I going to control it with my two fingers. And then I tried it like this and it didn't work. So I tried it like this and you can see my fingers are right where they need to be. So just practice with it, no drone. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, saw something weird. Where was it? It was right there. All right, let's see how this works. Speed duration, reverse that clip. All right, let me try this. Did I get some footage of the elevator? Actually, I did get footage of the elevator, and I will never go in an elevator in a house like this again. I was getting claustrophobic. It was funny. We had to get a shot of the elevator, so I decided to take the elevator from the top floor to the bottom floor. And John walked down the stairs, met me in the theater, and we couldn't figure out how to get the door open. And I was starting to get like claustrophobic inside of this thing because it was hot, and it's just you're in a really super confined space. All right, cool. So that shot, all those shots look really, really good. I'm digging it. So where was that shot in comparison to everything else? That's right there, actually. I don't want to show the entire space like that because I don't like the way it actually looks per se, but straight lines are everything. Duration. 5% on that one? Yeah, 5%. Oh, let me grab this. Yeah, it's a lot of mahogany wood. Um, just sort of that style house. But some people like it, some people don't. Like it looks better in person. I'm not a fan of the wood floors though, but other than that, it's not bad. It's just an interesting house. It almost doesn't fit the motif of the of the neighborhood though. All right, so I got that one down now. Now I'm gonna go nest sequence speed duration. You'll see I'm slowing down a lot of these clips by 80%. So I'm slowing down these clips 80% because again, when you shoot at 24 frames per second or 23.96, the best you can do is slow it down 20%. And honestly, I was moving pretty slow, so that was probably more than enough to slow some of these clips down, make them look really natural. So let's see what we got here now. Like I said, still got to do all the color grading on the house and everything else, but so far pretty happy with everything. Glad I started this project versus the other house, because the other house I can do in an hour. This one's going to take time. There's going to be some clips I got to go back over and stabilize still, but for the most part, I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, I like gray colors. Like grays and whites for me are the best colors to shoot. Like these off whites, like these eggshell whites, or I don't even know what they call this color, really hard to shoot. And it sucks up a lot of light and it's just hard to like white balance. I don't shoot 30 and there's a reason why. H2, are you talking about what are you talking about there, Ethan? All right, so that clip's there. Something about this clip I really didn't like. I think it was really dark here. Yeah, that was a hard clip. This was hard. That was a hard one to do. How can I showcase that balcony? I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Let's go up to my GoPro folder. I know I've got something interesting that could probably suffice for that shot. Let me find it. Not that shot. Where did I put that shot? There was a shot that I went right through that balcony. See how we can tie that in. The indoor shots are from a Sony A7 III. I shoot an HLG, so like these shots right here, I'll be able to pull them out, like the colors, I'll be able to pull them out, like right here. All this I'll be able to bring way up, bring my highlights way down. So it gives me a lot of dynamic range to work with. Has a lot of dynamic range. So I'll let these stabilize out. These are going to take a little while. I just sort of want to showcase that there's a balcony there, because as I turn here, I sort of want to figure out a way to get that in there. I shoot my homes in 4K and then I downsample. My final delivery to my clients will always be 1080p. So 1080p will be the final delivery to a client. I shoot 4K 24 and then just deliver it just like that. Like 4K 24, I'll when I export it, I'll export to 1080p. Unless if somebody says something different. I noticed that some places like Zillow, it's hard to get 1080p if it's over a certain amount. So you got to like use H.265. I've been exporting out to H.265 for my YouTube videos because it actually saves me time for uploading. And what I notice is HEVC does a better job of encoding on YouTube. I notice less artifacting with HEVC. So that's what I've been doing. How much was this job? Really don't want to disclose that. I'll just say it was expensive. It was expensive. We'll say it was 2 Mavic Air Flymores. How about that? See, 60 frames, when you stabilize 60 frames, you can see it's taken a hell of a long time to stabilize that clip because we're dealing with 60 frames in that sequence. Sometimes it goes faster. I've been also really watching my CPU temps because as of late, the CPU's been running much hotter with this Ryzen processor, but it's staying at 66 and it spikes up to 77. So I guess that's not bad because my MacBook gets up to like 80 degrees, 85 degrees Celsius. So yeah, but I'm gonna change out the air cooler again. I went from water cooling to air cooling on this, and I'm not sure if I made a mistake, but I just didn't feel like dealing with all the issues that an AIO had. Yeah, H.265 is a lifesaver, and with Premiere you can export it quicker now. I didn't think H.265 made such a big difference, but when we're dealing with, people are streaming these videos, I feel like H.265 delivers that content with less artifact. And H.264 is such a big file, you'll see like artifacts in the video, and which is no good. We don't want artifacts. All right, so let's see what this looks like now. So I think what I'm going to do for this clip, I am going to do something different. We're going to, let's do this. We'll put this clip here. We'll grab that clip, and we'll just transverse them. And then I'll speed ramp in. And I will actually, let me grab the speed duration on that one. Let me nest that sequence actually first. Speed duration. Reverse that speed. That's what we'll do. And I'm going to nest the sequence too. What's going on, Jeremy? Thanks, man. Appreciate it, buddy. All right. So for this one, I think what I'll do is I'm going to just do a light speed ramp here so I can sort of emphasize that there is a balcony here. So I'll render that back out, and then maybe I'll do something with that sequence where I pull. Can Final Cut do H.265? Yeah, absolutely, it can do H.265. I think you can even choose H.265 as an export option. I think all the NLEs do H.265 as an export option. Now, the problem with H.265 is previously it used to like bring your computer to its knees. But with Premiere Pro, I noticed it exports faster. It'll export faster to H.265 than it will to H.264. I don't know why that is, but I'm not complaining about it. Definitely not complaining about it. All right, so let's see what that clip looked like after I did that. All right, so now that actually worked out pretty good. All right, so now what I got to do is take this clip back. So now I'll nest, I will nest this sequence one more time. I think I've got like 3 nests on this. I'll speed ramp this sequence now to right about there. All right, so we're going to make those 2 match. All right, there we go. I'll render that out. I 100% agree. Yeah, Cigar Nation Warrior, that's one of the things that people are always curious about because I think people struggle on pricing. I struggle on pricing still, and I have to reach out to good friends of mine and say, hey, you've done a listing like this. What would you charge? What do you believe is fair? Matter of fact, I did that for this listing. I didn't trust my own assessment, and I reached out to my buddy Steve, who never steers me wrong, and gave me some good advice on this shot, or this house specifically. Whew, I like that transition. That was good. That was good. I don't know if I'll just shorten this up, maybe just a smidge. Yeah, there we go. I like that. That was good. That was different. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now I'm actually happy with that right there. Now I got to go back to the A7 III folder, and I'm organizing all this by folders, so it makes life easier to shoot. And this one has a bathroom in here as well. This is like, I think, the maid's room, actually. Like if you had a maid, this is their room. I don't know. That's what my wife told me. I don't know how true it is. She said it's the maid's room. I mean, crazy to have a house big enough to have a maid like this. I guess that's about right. All right, speed duration. Actually, I'm going to warp stabilize that first. Just clean it up a little bit. The camera and lens I used. So I've upgraded cameras. So the video I'm doing right now is on A7 or the A60-600, but I use this. This is an A7 III. So it's a full frame camera. I use the Tamron 17 to 28 millimeter f2.8. Now, with that said, you don't have to get a really fast lens, because what I'm learning is that I used to have the mentality that you want to shoot wide open in a house like an f2, but I'm actually learning that you don't want to shoot at f2. You want to shoot at a smaller aperture like f4, f5. It gives you a sharper end result, which I never knew. So I'm starting to like retool some of my thoughts on all that. Okay, so let's do this. Now I had a little bobble right there. Little bobble right there. Speed duration. And we'll set that to 80%. Add a little optical flow. Time and progression. There it goes. Optical flow. There actually, you know what, Lon? It's funny. There, there was, there is a secret door in the closet. That's so funny you say that because there was a secret door in the closet, which is hilarious. There was a secret door. That's freaking hilarious that you say that. Yeah, there's also like a safe room, but we didn't film the safe room. There's just so much. You can't show everything in a house. Like when you're doing a video, the whole idea is you want to do this video, you want to do it well enough to where you can show. Did I not? You want to show it well enough, but not like you don't want to show everything. You want to leave enough to have somebody um, come to the house. That's my thought process on it. I want somebody to come visit the house. Probably spent a little too long on this bathroom, but that's okay. I am using Premiere Pro, Jeremy. I'm a Adobe editor. Okay, I'm gonna shorten that clip. Shorten that clip. Shorten this clip right there. All right, so trying to remember. All right, so downstairs also had some front area foyer stuff. So I got to figure out how to tie all that in. Hmm. Trying to think of where that stuff went. So many freaking rooms, can't handle it. Do them all. All right, there we go. I just got to find a clip that points me to that direction. I think I took one. I didn't like that shot. That's right. Okay, that should be good. All right, there we go. What's going on, Al? Let's see. What's my thoughts on the Laowa 12 millimeter? I think 12 millimeter is just too wide. Like there is such a thing as too wide. Um, I've heard stories that there's some really bad vignetting on that lens. I would probably say if you're thinking about a lens that you want to shoot real estate with, I would look into either I'm using the 17 to 28. It's good. I could wish for wider, but I think a good lens with minimal distortion would be the Laowa 15 millimeter 0D, but it's a fixed focal length, so it's 15 millimeters. Or you can get like the Sony 16 to 35, the non G Master lens. The non G Master is a great choice because at f4 you can, if you're shooting on full frame, you can really bump the ISO up and it's totally fine. Or the Sigma 14 to 24. Those are the lenses. I'm gonna probably get the Sigma 14 to 24. I think I think I'm going to get the Sigma 14 to 24. Because that, I think, is like the perfect size. And like this room right here, this is going to bother me. This white balance was so bad, but the walls, like this sink is white, so I can just hit that and white balance it. Like, I don't know why it's not white balancing though. You know what? Before something stupid happens, I'm going to save the project because I'd be pissed. It's really lagging right now. So I got to analyze that clip again. Analyze that clip again. I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, the Sigma, the only downfall to the Sigma 14 to 24 is that it's a really, really heavy lens. So one, make sure you have a good gimbal to house that. If you're using a Ronin S will be fine. That'll pick that, no problem. And a Weebill S, I think the Weebill S can handle up to 7 pounds. So like the Weebill S shouldn't have a problem balancing that either. The other reason why I like those lenses over the Sony offerings is because when you zoom, it zooms internally, so it's not changing the balance of the gimbal. So it's just food for thought if you're going to do this. Like some of these lenses on full frame, they can zoom internally, which I think is pretty darn cool, to be honest with you. I'll go for that any day. All right, so I think those rendered out. Let me render this again. It's driving me nuts. We're 11:30, so doing pretty good, almost halfway through the house. Then it's all about going through and color grading once this is done. Um, it's not glitching like that. I mean, I'm streaming, and it's also the. I mean, I'm running a lot of processes on the computer right now, so it should be fine. What site will I use to distribute to my clients? So I use Vimeo. I pay for Vimeo Pro, and I'll host the videos there. But most of the time, I don't use a USB. I just give it to them via Dropbox. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about the internet today. You can just send anything. Oof, I came down the stairs. I was coming down a little too hot. I need to up that warp stabilization on that clip. Cropped in a little bit, but I'm okay with that. I do have business cards. I've got to redo. I got to redo them. It has my old logo on there, but I'm going to be redoing my business cards here shortly. Render that clip out. I want to see what that looks like in real time. And something else I didn't do. I don't think I lowered the volume on the music yet. I think the music's coming in a little hot. Let me see. Did I do it? No, I didn't. I got to set that to -10. There we go. Perfect, perfect. That's where I wanted it to be. Let's see what that looks like now. It's so money when you get that shot and it's like, that was it. Like, that was it. Like, you just know instantly. And I'll nest this sequence. Speed duration, we're going to set that to... actually, I'm going to set this one to 85. Just a little bit more. And then I'll hit this with optical flow. There we go. Thanks, Metro. Appreciate it, man. Not necessary, but thank you very much, man. Appreciate you, man. So so what nesting does, so you'll see like all these clips that are green. So in Premiere, like think of it like this. I'm making a clone of myself, right? I'm making a clone, and this clone, I cut my hand, but I cloned myself, so it resets everything that I did and layers your transitions. That was probably a bad example. Anyways, what it does is it allows you to work off of a new clip, and it layers the effects that you do on top of the other layers without it actually being on the same clip. So you see I'm doing warp stabilizer, but if I change the speed of the video, it won't let you do warp stabilizer. So you have to nest the clip. And nest in the clip also allows me to remove a nested sequence without destroying the video or the effects that I did previous. So it's a really good way to keep like your effects clear. Not sure. I'm using a Sony A7 III, or at least this shoot I did. All right, so I think that was it for downstairs. Oh no, it's not that. That's not it. That's right. I forgot there was another room. How many rooms were there? Oh my god, I can't remember. No, that's right. There is. There is a room. There's another room. I just can't remember where I shot that room. Where? I gotta go through all this list of rooms. I think it's there. No, it's not that one. Oh darn! Don't tell me I missed that front room. I'll be in trouble. Oh my god! It never recorded in that room. Freaking A. Oh shit. Well, I still got the key. I guess I can go back and film that if I needed to. Yep, I'm gonna have to go back. Son of a bitch. How did I miss that room? Oh no, and I got it. Whew, I got nervous. I thought I missed a room. It's not even like a significant room in the house, but man, that would have sucked having to go back. That would have sucked. All right, cool. Oof. Scared me. All right, let's pull this over here. Facts. Stabilize that clip because I noticed there's a little bobble in it. That one's okay though. Ugh. Yeah, absolutely. The Evo 2 should be a fantastic drone for that. I mean, if you think about it, you don't have any restrictions and you should be able to fly anywhere. Battery lasts a long time. I think, if you're just doing construction photography and things like that, you should be fine. I mean, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Actually, so my buddy Paul Feinberg, I gave him my camera, my color profile settings, and my settings from the cameras. Like all my Sony cameras, I use the same settings. So he asked me last night. He goes, "Hey, can I do a video on your settings that you use?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely, because it'll save me time from having to make a video." So when he gets that video done, I'll actually post that on my community tab because what he shows will be the same settings that I do. So, and it's going to save me a lot of time from having to make that video. So, but yeah. Why is it? Sometimes it drives me nuts. It makes me analyze a clip twice, which I never understood. I mean, not slowing it down, so let that go through and analyze. Ugh. Trying to keep this. I was trying to keep this video under 2 minutes, but it's not going to be possible for this house. It's just not. This video is probably going to be 3.5, 4 minutes long, easily. And this is only the first edit because I have to still splicing her talking headshots on this house. So it's going to be crazy. So it's always tough when you're dealing with something, something like this. Another thing that this house, like for the price, it's $1.2 million. It doesn't have a pool. If it had a pool, it would be like, it'd be awesome. They had a hot tub. They took the hot tub out. I almost wish they would have left the hot tub. I think the hot tub would have like added value to the video. All right, almost there. Stabilize and beautiful. Let's go. I think I'm going to cut that clip like that. Just cut it a little shorter. Nest. Lagging a little bit. I gotta render that out. Dude, that'd be awesome, man. Yeah, if only, if Florida wasn't spiking so bad right now, I wanted to have, a pretty big get together and everything, but with all this crap going on, it's really putting a dampener on things, which sort of sucks. I'm waiting for all this stuff to blow over so like I can feel like things return to normal. All right, I need to watch this back to sort of play out because the next thing is we're going upstairs, and upstairs is the master bedroom, the 2 guest bedrooms, the elevator entry, and then we haven't even gone downstairs yet to the theater. So there's a whole theater in this place as well, which is pretty crazy, and another bedroom, and another bathroom. Crazy. That clip right there could have actually been faster, and I may speed that clip up there. Actually, I may speed a couple of these clips up. These are good clips. Same, Lon, same. It's funny how that works, Things get locked down, you work more. But it's been like that for me myself. So far, I'm happy with this, and once I color grade it, I think it's gonna look really, really good. Like even that right there, beautiful. So different. Get a little faster there, I guess. All right, so this clip I feel like didn't need to be that long. It actually was dragging out pretty badly. So there's that. All right. I'm thinking in the back of my mind, did I get all the shots? Did I get all the shots? I think I did for that. So now we got to go upstairs. So upstairs was the first shots I actually did on this house. I started upstairs because my brother started downstairs. So now I got to figure out all these different shots that we took. Oh, I have no idea who's here. GoPro. Bin Mavic. Bin GoPro. I'm trying to think. No, I think this shot was the best shot, though. This is where we took off out of. All right, so let her in. Oh, you better put pants on. Okay, my mom's here. Put pants on. Yeah, Maddie. Trying to figure out what I'm doing with this edit. Are you not watching my stream ads? Get out of here, Madison. Trying to. Ah, that's it. That was it. Speed and duration. I can lower that to 50%, I think, on that clip. Let's see how this is going to look. This is going to look dope. Oh, God, that looks so good. I think I can even lower it just a little bit more. I think I do 40%. Oh, man, that looked good. That, so you get giddy over a clip because you're like, damn, that works. That works. I'm happy about that. Look, I love this FPV drone. Holy shit. I've got a Shenzhen. Let me show. I'll show you what it looks like. This is the drone that I'm using for those shots. This is a the frame is it's made by Shenzhen Shen Drones, not Shenzhen. It's Shen Drones. It's a Shen Drones Squirt, and it's a 3-inch Cinewhoop, and it's running the DJI FPV system. So it's got the DJI FPV system. I run a GoPro Hero 7 Black on there, and 6S batteries, and yeah, it's pretty beast. Does an amazing job. Pretty happy with it. Still analyzing these clips. That's Shendrone Squirt Metro. It's this little guy. It's got little bumpers So if you hit something, you're not gonna like really tear anything apart. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a little tiny beast. Very loud though. Very, very loud, as you can hear. Super loud. Yeah, it's GoPro footage. I'm shooting in flat so I can color grade it. But yeah. Go to A7 III folder now. Go all the way up here. I did. I used the DJI FPV goggles. I don't think I could have pulled off half these shots if I wasn't wearing goggles. But I'm not using my Mavic 2 Pro for these shots. Like that's not this is a built drone. The gimbal is a Weebill S, a Weebill S, Zhiyun Crane Weebill S is the gimbal I use. Oh man, this song is like almost to the end, and we still haven't done the theater, so I'm gonna have to be really, really careful of how much more I cram into this shot. I'm gonna have to go through and start cinching up video pieces. Gimbal on the Sony is the Zhiyun Crane. So Weebill S. All right, be right back. Gotta get more coffee. we got going on here? All right. Perfect. All right. How do I get this shorter? What can I shorten? I didn't stabilize these clips here. I need to do that. 5%? 5%. Oh, I don't want to add another song to this video to try to make it long. I just got to figure out a way to cram all this in here. So many damn details of the shot, this house, this listing. Jesus. Trying to figure it all out mentally. The only problem with the Ronin SE is that if you get it, you're going to limit yourself to what type of camera you can use. That's why I stopped using it, because it can no longer support the weight of my lenses or cameras. It also has a problem with back balance. That's why I went to Zhiyun. I just saw that. I may do that. Yeah, some of those clips can be sped up. I just don't know how much time it's going to take. It's going to save me, actually. But that's what I'm going through right now, is I'm going to speed up some of the clips that I feel like are a little too long. I'm going to go through and speed a bunch of them up. Like this clip right here that I'm stabilizing, I'm speeding that up. I'm going to nest it, speed it up. Bob's your uncle. What's going on, Joe? Good to see you, man, as always. Like this one here, I know damn well that is way too slow. So I'm going to take that up to 120. And I don't have to show the whole kitchen like that, because that's what that other shot's going to do. So also this one right here, I need to nest this one right here. I need to stabilize that, because I know there was a little jitter in that. I'm going to add like 5% stabilization to that. Yeah, trust me, I'll sit there and hum. So last night, what I did was I scored all the music. So all I did was listen to the music and score, like try to figure out what track did what for what house. So that's how I determined what I liked. So yeah. I'm using, and another thing too, I switched my music providers. I'm using Artlist.io now, which is 100 times better than what I was using. I used to use Soundstripe for my music, and I kept getting copyright claims. So I was like, oh, I'll use Epidemic. I was getting copyright claims, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? So I ended up switching to Artlist, and they vet the music and they let you use it anywhere. Like I can use my music anywhere. I can even give it to a client. They don't care. It's licensed. So much happier using Artlist. It was probably my best move I've made this year when it comes to video. I probably should add a pinch of stabilization. Did I? I'm going to nest this sequence too. I notice I need to stabilize that just a little bit more. Maybe like 5%. I don't know how long we've been streaming for, but it's been a hot minute. Hey, Jamel, thanks so much, man. I appreciate that, dude. Appreciate that. Billy, Ronin SE, it's a good camera. You're just gonna have to be careful. You know how much You just got to be careful of what weight you put on there. Ben, I have not seen that video, but I have not had any problems with my propellers coming loose. I'll have to check that out. I have and I have multiple flights on my Evo, and I haven't had problems with the propellers. Needless to say. All right, I can shorten that clip down right there to like right about there, or speed it up. Actually, I'll speed that up too. Let me nest that. I'm gonna speed it up. Let's go 120 on that. There we go. All right, so I saved myself probably a couple of minutes. Actually, a good little hunk of change I saved actually right there. Now, that may screw up my beats a little bit, my cuts, but maybe not. Let's see. Let me see. I'll listen back to this now. Still happy with it. Okay. Okay, that was good. Nice transition. I did use a slider. I actually used a slider and a gimbal. I used a fluid slider. It's made by a company called Zpon, and it's probably my favorite slider. I will never buy a motorized slider because of this. And actually, right here, I'm gonna cut that right like that, because there's another spot where it's like, all right, it's not really necessary to go that far out with the clip. Yeah, you got anytime I'm shortening stuff, I gotta match the beat again. I guess it's something you gotta. Luckily, this song is easy to match the beat. Like even right here, I didn't need to come out that far, and I can cut it right there. There's a beat drop right there. So I can bring that. Actually, let me bring that over here. So I'm shaving off some good space. So I may be able to make this whole video in under 3 minutes for a huge ass house like this. That's gonna be awesome. All right, that I felt was too long. So right here, I'm gonna match the beat, drop it there. So at least now we can go a little faster with this. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so right here, don't got to push in any further. We're good. So I don't got to do anything more really right here, but match the beat right to that. Again, shaving off. You shave off like space, like little by little, but it all adds up, which is what you want in the end. You want to have like a nice conducive course. Let's see. So right here, I can clip it here because there's another beat drop. I can bring that there, or I can. What I could do is do details first. So I can do details first, which not a bad idea to do it this way. Something like that. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. Sort of like this better, I think. I think I like this better. Yeah, that was better. That was better. So let's match this all up here. It's like building with Legos. All right, now we have plenty of room to work with. And like this clip right here, I can shorten this clip because this room is honestly insignificant, I think, to the grand scheme of things. Same thing with this right here. I can shorten that clip there a bit. So we shorten all these clips up. And there we go. Bam. And I'm going to shorten that clip there to match this beat. And now I'm going to drag this clip right in here. So we're in the bedroom now. And we can go ahead and do these clips that I like to do. So I'm watching myself in the mirror. So I'm going into this hallway here. And what I want to watch for is that my reflection doesn't hit the mirror. You gotta like pay attention to mirrors. So now what I'll do is I'll stabilize this shot because I know it's gonna need some stabilization. And again, I use anywhere from like 2% to 8%. I start with 8% usually. Got bagel in my tooth there. And there we go. All right, that looks pretty good so far. So I'm gonna ask a question here. And Lon, I don't want you to say anything. I want to ask the question of the audience for everybody who's watching here right now. Because I've seen a couple of comments on this, and I'm just curious. I'm just genuinely, I want to know how many of my people have seen this. So if you've been watching my videos, Mavic Air, Mavic 2, Mavic Mini, whatever videos that pertain to Mavic Air 2 or the Mavic Mini, have you seen a Drone X Factor ad in front of my videos? If you have, just let me know. I'm just genuinely curious of how many people have seen an ad for Drone X Factor in front of my videos, because a couple of people have commented in the comments on that. So I'm just sort of taking a poll of how many of you have seen that ad play on my videos. No worries, Big Shot, man. You can always rewatch the replay. It's going to be a pretty lengthy stream, my man. That one's still stabilizing. Okay, so you haven't noticed. Okay, good. All right. Nope. I mean, if you have YouTube Red or anything like that, you're not going to see any ads. YouTube Red, you won't see ads like that. Good. I'm trying to understand how it affects people, because people have said they saw it. Billy made mention of it to me yesterday. I've seen it on Russ's videos. So we're just sort of taking a poll. Exactly. If you don't have if you have YouTube Red, you're not going to see ads. Vibro. Yeah, I think it's basically for people on mobile, because what happened was yesterday, people were watching videos and they sent me this. This was what they sent me. And that's a ad for his channel before my video plays. And I was sort of like, okay, you know, I haven't seen this before. I heard people talk about this. I never actually saw this. So me being an asshole, I called him out on that on Facebook. I said, yo, what's up with this ad, you scumbag, on my video? And he proceeded to tell me, he goes, oh, I'm not special. I'm targeting anybody's content that does Mavic Mini or Mavic Air 2. And personally, here's my thoughts on this. I don't buy ads. I don't promote myself like that. I don't buy ads. I don't need to buy ads. I'll say bye to her. Ma, bye. Ma. All right, Ma. Personally, I don't buy ads. Like, there's no need to buy ads. There's just no need. And furthermore, if you're adding ads to a creator that you're in the same space, like we're both in the same space, Drones, if you're adding ads on top of my video, piggybacking off of my hard work or anybody else's hard work, I got nothing else to say to you but fuck yourself. Like, fuck yourself. You're not going to piggyback off of my shit. I work damn hard and I spend money on my equipment and time and value into my production. For you to piggyback off my shit, you fucking scumbag. That's all I got to say about that. Drone X Factor is a scumbag. I don't like the guy. I don't like the guy. I don't like that guy at all. You're not going to, and it's not even my videos, because it's on Russ's videos, it's on other people's videos, and last night I spent way more time than I should have researching. So here's the deal. Brands can buy ads on your videos. So let's say, for instance, how this started with him was he said that PGY Tech, he did a video for PGY Tech, and they asked him if they can boost a video that he did. They asked him if he can boost a video and basically make it into an ad. He said yes. So after that was done, basically what happened was he's like, oh shit, this works, right? This really works. So I'm going to continue to buy ads. I'm going to reinvest money into my channel. But here's what happens. And it's just like the guy that did this on PewDiePie's video. So PewDiePie did this whole thing where he got, something like millions of views, obviously, right? And this guy bought ads on PewDiePie's videos. And what it did was it killed this guy's natural interaction, like his natural growth, his natural interaction. Absolutely killed it. But he was placing his ads on PewDiePie's video and his audience didn't really give a shit. Doesn't really give a shit. And it's like, all right, well, if we're all in the same space, don't put ads. You want to put ads on videos, don't do it to the creators that create the same content as you. That's my philosophy. It's dirty. And if you think it's okay, to do that, you're a fucking scumbag too. That's my thought. If you think it's okay. You go to McDonald's, you stand outside McDonald's with Burger King coupons. Let's see how long that lasts. Like, of all the people you're going to do it to, like if you're doing it to everybody, you're targeting my videos, I'll demonetize my channel just to make sure that your video doesn't play. Just to make sure. And I'll call you out for it too. And I'll fucking hammer these types of videos where I call you out consistently because I don't give a fuck. Like, people think, oh, you're just talking because you're behind a keyboard. I'm the type of person, I'll take action even out from behind. Like, you don't know me. Like, I will pursue it with YouTube if I have to, because I don't want his ads in my channel. I've messaged my brand manager and I asked him, I said, hey, what do we got to do? What do we got to do to make sure his ads don't play on my videos? Like, that's like, I feel like that's just dirty. That's wrong. Been nice to the guy. Try to help him. I even defended him when people thought he was buying subs. I was like, I defended him. Like, no, he's put it in good hard work. But good hard work is not buying ads. That's not hard work. That's lazy. That is lazy. I mean, don't be lazy. Don't tread off of people's coattails. It's just terrible. Tell I'm fired up over that. Lon, you don't make fucking videos for that this is what you do. That's stupid. If your business, whatever you do in your real day job, had a company that did what they did and they were running a billboard over top of your building, there wouldn't be a conflict of interest of that. The fact that you even think that that's fucking okay, or business 101 in a space like this, shows me that you are a fucking idiot. And fuck you, Lon. You're part of the go fuck yourself crowd now. The fact that you even think that that's okay, or even try to rationalize the logic behind what he did, just shows me your character. 100% shows me your character. Like, absolutely appalled that you even think that that's okay. No creator in their right mind, no creator in their right mind would think that that is okay. Nobody thinks that's okay. We all work pretty damn hard for what we do, and to have somebody do that and spit on what you do and put their ad for their playlist before your video even starts is a scumbag move. The fact that you even think that's okay shows me you don't belong here on this channel. Go to Drone X Factor's channel. That's where you belong. You belong with Xavier, not here. I'm pissed, dude, with that. That's scumbag shit. Don't be a scumbag. Don't be a scumbag. Go to somebody else's channel. Don't come here with that. This is for the non-scumbags. This is for the people who actually care about the people who create content and equality. RX 10V, I have not used it. Well, it's, you know, in a way, it's YouTube's fault for allowing him to do that. I see. Here's my thing. I don't think creators should be allowed to boast their own videos. If a brand wants to do it, if you did a video for a brand and a brand wants to pay for your video to be pushed, there should be rules. There should be rules that, hey, we're not going to put it on your other creators' videos. Like, I wouldn't want a PGY Tech ad on my video because why? I support Freewell. I don't support PGY Tech. So, you know, it's just common sense. Like, we should have a little bit more control over the brands we support or the ads that we see. I mean, in the end of the day, it's our channels. It's our channels and not YouTube's. And I will turn off monetization and I will take on video sponsors. Like DroneWorks already said, hey, turn off your monetization. We'll just pay every time you put a video. I'll just give you whatever you think the video is worth. He goes, I don't want to see his ads on your channel either. He goes, I will just pay you every time you put out a video. He goes, just to spite anybody. Now, granted, his video ad is going out to so many other channels, but it's just the point that people shouldn't have to do that. Shouldn't have to do that. Stupid. I mean, I don't know. David, yeah. I mean, you're consumers. I mean, here's the RX10 is a good camera for what it is. I wouldn't do this type of work with it, but if you're just using it for anything else, I'm sure it's fine. I would probably look at the new Sony camera if you wanted something different. I hear that's really good and it's pretty affordable too. That was my tangent. That was my rant of the day. That was my rant of the day. Like, my promise to him is that I am going to get YouTube to do something. I look into that. That's my promise to him. And it's not even like, I don't care that he's gaining subscribers off that. I just don't like the idea that he's doing it off of me. I love to see people grow. I've had channels blow past me, and that's fine. That's fine. Like Russ and I were pretty neck and neck at one point, and he's like 100,000 subscribers. But my thing is, I'm going to always do it my way. And my channel will grow when my channel grows. And if other people around me are doing well, I have no problem with that. I'm so happy when people do well, but I'm happy when people do well the right way. I do things my way. People do things their way, but there's a right way and a wrong way to do things. And I think that's the wrong way. 14 to 24, 14 to 24, Joey, on Canon is another good lens. They make I think they make a 1.4, which is pretty dope. Which is another great way to do things. Yeah, I agree. It's better than the 7500 for video for sure. Lon, do you think ads pay a tremendous or exorbitant amount of money? It doesn't pay a fucking a lot of money. It doesn't pay a lot of money. Ads don't pay that much money, dude. You think ads pay a tremendous amount of money? Kiss my ass if you think it pays a lot of money like that. What you're saying is you're full of shit because you don't know how ads work. You don't know what CPMs are, man. if that's what you think. You think ads pay a lot of money? You think I make a tremendous amount of money on YouTube? I spend more on gear than I make. YouTube, for me, doesn't make money. Maybe if you get, millions of views, those pennies, those clicks, those 10 cents per CPM or whatever it is, starts adding up. But him putting ads on my video hurts me or anyone in this space more, because there's that potential that somebody will see that ad and be like, he's offering tips. He's got a playlist. I'm going to click on that, which is scummy because nobody else does that. Nobody's doing that. Russ doesn't do that. Billy doesn't do that. Ken doesn't do that. Kelly doesn't do that. And I've asked the opinion of many other creators. I said, what do you think of this? Like, what's the moral compass on this? And they've all agreed that it's a sketchy, slimy thing to do. So, hey, if you want to support a slimy ass creator, you go over there. You go. Like, I'm done arguing with you on this, Lon. Fuck you, Lon. New shirts on Teespring called Fuck You, Lon. Right, exactly. Because I had people. So it all started with a couple of people commenting on the videos that made me ask. Actually, it started like, I don't even know what made me think of it, but I actually looked at his channel. I was like, holy shit, he's doing really freaking solid. He's growing fast. That's awesome. And then I made mention to it, and people started looking into it and figured out like something's not natural here. Something's not natural. And of course, you can't pull the wool over people's eyes. Like, people are going to figure you out. People are going to figure you out. If you're a phony, you're a phony. People are going to see right through that. You can either be real or you can be real fake. That's real fake. But of course, he'll have all his cronies try to defend it. All of his cronies will defend it. It's okay. Wait until YouTube and my brand manager and we sit down and we have a conversation, because it ain't gonna last long. Get your shirt now, Lon. Get your shirt now. You're gonna need it. All right, that one right there can be cut down. That was too long. Too long. Nice marble countertops. Too long. Yep. That only works in so many businesses, I think. The fake it till you make it sequence. I guess it works for some. I just never really got with that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't like, I don't know. I didn't jive with that. I don't know. Never understood that. Fired up though. I'm not saying it makes you a bad person, but like, there's opinions and there's just wrong, Lon, and that's wrong. You're trying to be objective, and you don't have any leg in the business, nor do you even understand, what that does to others and myself when somebody does that. Like, that's frowned upon. In case you were wondering, in this industry, like in this sphere, when you're supposedly all supposed to be a community working together, you have some dickhead that's doing things like that. That's wrong. That's wrong. Okay. So I don't know who Kyle Warner is. He's not in the drone space, so I could care less, but that's good for him. But let's see if that's sustainable, if people care about his videos in the next couple of months, because he's paying for ads or whatever, or maybe somebody boosted an ad on his channel or whatever. I don't know. To me, it doesn't really matter. It's just not a tactic that I would pursue. It would be really, really, really shitty of me to do to myself or smaller creators, to throw ads out there like that to get numbers. This ain't a numbers game. This is a long run game. This isn't a marathon. I should say it's not a sprint. This is a marathon. I don't look at things in that perspective. And I'm calling you a scumbag because what you think he's doing is okay. You're validating what he's done. And I'm sure a lot of channels would probably say, you know what, Lon? Go fuck yourself. We don't want you here if you think that's okay. We don't want you here. I know he had an early Skydio 2. But the early Skydio 2 wasn't just the reason why he's doing so well. If a brand put ads on his video, that's a whole different story. I don't have any faults for that, nor do I fault anybody for a brand doing that. Like, look what happened to MKBHD. OnePlus made an ad out of his video, a positive review out of his OnePlus video, and a lot of creators got really, really pissed about that because that ad was in front of their videos about a OnePlus video. So come on, look at it logically. Who would be okay with that? I mean, who would be okay with that? Nobody's going to be okay with that. And the fact that you think that that's okay is just wrong, man. Because it's like you don't understand why I'm pissed. You don't understand why people would be upset with that. Well, that's why we're upset. That's why we're so mad about this. I mean, I don't understand how you can how there could be any sort of deviation. I don't know. I sort of like that view better. That's my rant for the day. I mean, if it was just so easy for people to do that, they should just, yeah, go ahead, buy them, do it. Why's she yelling? She's very aggressive. You guys going? You going to the store? I'm trying to finish these videos. It's 12:28. I'm trying to get this listing done before I do another listing. Can you not touch the light? It's not a pole. All right. This one's gonna be a long clip. So just put a mask on, or don't go to Tampa at all. Because I have to get these videos done. So I can't. No, it's not. It's a cap. It's from the DC-5. I don't know. Can you stop doing that to light? They're both the same distance. West Shore, stop. Hey, don't do that, please. West Shore or the other place. Stop doing that, please. I don't know. Wiregrass. Wiregrass. I don't think Wiregrass is closer though. Still, is this still freaking going? 50 seconds left. Come on. Oh boy. That should be done soon. Jamal, I agree, man. A lot of people do. Like a lot of people put money over that, but that's, and that's where sort of I don't do that because that's what Apex is for. Money revenue comes from this where clients are paying me. So I don't have to do that really with YouTube. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with YouTubers doing that. But when you're cutting the people's throats that you're in the same space with, all right, that becomes a little questionable. And that's primarily why I'm so fired up over it. You know, he called me. To his defense, he did call me. He's like, "Well, I'm still trying to tweak the ads." And I was like, "Well, fine. You want to tweak your ads? Don't put them. Here's a piece of advice. Don't put them on my videos. Don't put them on anybody's videos that do this type of stuff. Like that's not cool. Like that's just not cool." So maybe he goes through and he takes them off and he puts them elsewhere. I say put them on people's videos that, you know, are trying to understand. Maybe they want to learn about drones, but put them somewhere else. Don't put them on our videos. Don't put them here. That's all I'm saying. Ethics are a subjective measure. So, Lon, I guess what I'll do is I'll buy $100,000 worth of ads and throw them on everybody's videos, including yours, so nobody will ever watch your video and they'll just click right on my ad. I mean, that's not ethically sound. The fact, like, just don't get it. Just don't get it. I can just tell that that's just like an argument that's not going to penetrate. You just like almost immediately tell. How does his ads harm me? Lon asks. Okay. How does his ad harm me? Lon, did you not see what the ad was? Did you not see what the ad was, Lon? So let me show you again. Let me show you again. How would this ad not harm a creator? So here I am playing my Mavic Air 2 video, and his ad pops up, and he is promoting his playlist, his videos on his channel before my video. So let's just say if somebody listens to his ad that pops up and they say, "Wow, that sounds interesting," and they click the learn more takes them directly to his channel. Okay. It doesn't play my video. No, it's going to take them to his channel. So they may never actually finish watching or get to my video because, listen, that doesn't count as a view. You actually have to watch my video or a portion of my video for that to count as a view. So while, yeah, that's going to pay me probably 5 cents or less for somebody clicking on his ad, which I don't want that. That's more detrimental. And I'm talking about for any creator, okay? Any creator. You're going to click on that ad, you're going to go to his channel. So if you're telling me, "Oh, I don't know how that is going to harm a creator," then I'm sorry. You're pretty dense, because somebody who is searching for the Mavic Air 2 that maybe have stumbled across my video for the very first time, never seen the Mavic Air 2 before, and is trying to figure out, is this a good purchase? They're going to click on his video. Now, does that happen? Maybe sometimes. My subscribers are smarter. They're not going to do that. But there are new people that would do that. And to that effect, I say no. Let me ask Jake, because Jake's here. Jake's probably no idea what we're talking about, but I'll ask Jake. Jake, let me ask you something. Would you be mad if I was playing a video before your video in an ad form advertising my channel's playlist before your video? Would that be okay if I advertised my channel on your channel before your video started? Would you be okay with that? Right, exactly. And that would irk you because why it's like me taking a subscriber or a potential viewer out of your mouth. And it should irk you that it would even happen. It's just not, you know, like I said, it's different if a brand is doing it because it's not the creator doing it. It's different if a brand is doing it. It's different if a brand is doing it and you don't have any control over that, hey, you got no control over that. I can't, you know, can't do anything with that. But if it's you specifically doing this, then I think that that's wrong. And in this instance, that's what's happening here, and that's why I feel the way I feel about it. And I'm not gonna apologize for that. I think and it's not just me. It's like I'm speaking on behalf of anybody that his ads appear on. I don't think any one person would be okay with that. Not even if you were paying them. Keep your money. Isn't it possible that they might have clicked any ad though? What if YouTube played ads after your videos? I wouldn't care if his video appeared after my video, right? Because that means you watch the entire video. And if you watch somebody's video, chances are you may have realized that YouTube will recommend content that you may be interested in. And sometimes, like a video from Jake or Billy will appear after my video as a recommended video. I'm okay with that because that's YouTube's natural selection of saying, hey, you watch this video, you may be interested in this. And in that case, hey, I'm okay with that because YouTube is serving up the content that you are interested in. But when you are paying, when you as a subscriber are paying for a ad to put on another YouTuber's channel that makes the same style of content as yours for personal gain, that is where I take issue. I take issue with that. I think that is scummy. See, if it's like, so here's my thing, a course, like if you're going to use a course or something, put it on a website like Skillshare or put it on Storyblog, put it somewhere. If you're going to do a course, you're going to host a course, fine. You want to get paid for a course, fine. But do it as a mid-roll ad, do it some other way, but not before the people that you do. You're just hurting us. So I don't know. I mean, the reason why ads don't play after the video is that because chances are maybe somebody doesn't make it through. So for an advertiser, think about it. As an advertiser, where would you want the video to start? Where would you want your ad to start? Well, you want it to start before the person's video ends because you know that, guess what? Somebody's going to watch it then. If I place an ad at the end of the video, chances are maybe somebody doesn't watch that. I mean, that's just how that works. I mean, advertisements are smart. They know where people are clicking and watching. And I mean, it makes sense. But, you know, to the extent, though, I just, again, don't really agree with doing it on a creator's video. I just can't get behind that thought process. And there's just no way I can get behind that thought process. It just doesn't feel right. And I respect the hell out of everybody in this community. And what kills me is, like, I'll do videos like Friday Night Flights, for instance, where there's nothing in it for me. I'm just promoting people's videos, their channels that are starting out, trying to do something different for people. And I mean, what kills me is I will do anything for anybody. Anything for anybody. I've given away a computer to a creator that I didn't even know. I've given away gimbals, gears, cameras to people I don't know. I just do it. And I don't say anything because I don't need a thank you. I just do it because that's what being a good person is about. And then you have people like this that just like willfully go out and try to screw people that are trying to do something different in this space. That's my problem. That's why I'm upset about this. Yeah, if you click on the ad, it'll take you to his video. Or it'll take you to his playlist. I'm sorry. I finally got one to pop up last night on one of my accounts. It is what it is, right? What are you gonna do, right? That looks better. It's a little sharper. Oh man, I gotta figure out how to shorten this up. Lon, what would you do with that old Ronin, man? Can't crash the Ronin into a tree, man. I don't think no, and I don't think he's purposely trying to harm me. I don't think that, because he's doing it. His response, because we got into an argument about this, was his response was that he is targeting. These are the keywords that he is targeting. He is targeting Mavic Air 2 and Mavic Mini. So those are the keywords. So that means anytime you put a video out with those particular keywords, his ads will target those particular keywords. So he's keyword targeting. I don't know specifically what else about his videos are looking at, but I just know that that's what it is looking at. So if I make an Evo video, his ads aren't there. You make a Mavic Air 2 video, his ads are probably going to be there. So it's just one of those things where I gotta be careful of what I make, because I don't want to see his face, before videos, or I don't want my subscribers to say, hey, why is this guy here? It's annoying. It's really annoying. So whatever. You have an APS-C camera? It should work with that. Watch this back. Make sure it's like what I see. I agree. I shortened that clip, but it still seems long. It's going, man. Still cranking away. I still got color correction to do, but I just want to get the base edit all down. Luckily, the colors are just about there. I've got to raise the shadows and lower the highlights in some areas, and maybe add a little more saturation to it, give it a little more pop. That room needs to be brightened up. Highlights lowered, white balance there, white balance here, lots of magenta, lots of shift right there. Holy crap. I don't think I'm gonna do, I could have did it in this house, but I sort of did. I half did it. I landed in the house. What I should have did was did that turn and then flew into the window. That would have been great. I'm going to post, when this video is done, I'm going to put it up on the Apex channel. So if you guys are interested in what the final result will look like, it'll be up on the Apex channel. And if you're not following Apex Imaging Media on Facebook, I'll actually be posting the video there. So I post a lot of the work there on that specific area, just because it's easy to host videos. All right, so that looks good. All right, so now that I have the interior done, top floor, second floor, I still got the bottom area to do, But what I need to do now is I think grab some more aerials. I want to showcase the outside. And you know what? I think I did something on this video or right here. I need to take that sequence off. Crap. Because I didn't go further enough. I did something right there. That's what I did. So right there. That's what I did. I knew I did something. So now I'm going to warp stabilize this again. Because I'm using that because I'm going to use that as a launch pad to get outside. So we'll use that. I'm not mad at you, Lon. I'm upset that you couldn't see the reason. The reason, you know. I'm mad at you, Lon. Can't make me mad at you, Lon. We fight like husband and wife, Lon. In the end, you're going to sleep in the same bed with me. We're going to wake up next to each other. We'll spoon. Good times, Lon. Good times. How's that for a visual? Billy, yep, I do the color grade last. The very last thing I do is the color grade because you want to get everything in place where you want it. And then you go through and you do your color grade. Color grading while you're actually editing is tough. I just got a text from my buddy Nick. I can't stay mad at Londonard. Can't be mad at Londonard. Jesus Christ, that's gorgeous, that shot. Come on. Stabilization takes forever on this. So then what I'll do is I'll run adjustment layers across the entire top of this, Bill. And then what we'll do is I'll like if I see a sequence that has like similar white balance, I'll drag it over. I'm not going to do the color grading on here just because this stream, I think we're going on freak. How long are we streaming for? How long have we been streaming for? Probably a little while. Hour, 2 hours now, maybe more. Fuck, I don't even know. So there you go. You know what it was, Lon? I was so pissed. I really couldn't articulate a good response, man. Like I was so pissed I could not articulate a good response. You know, like when you're so fired up and you're like, I'm mad. That's how I was. I was mad. And it's probably not the best thing to do is talk about things when you're mad, you know, because you know, you have fights with your lawn and things go sideways. 2 hours. Thanks, Night Train. I appreciate that. This is a long ass stream. Sorry about that. If you guys are just joining, we're editing what I would say is probably the largest listing I've ever had to date. Trying to work through this all. We still have still got the movie theater to edit and all that stuff because there's a whole downstairs portion. There's a laundry room, all that good stuff. Alrighty. So I've got that stabilized again for the second time. I'm going to speed this up. I'm going to add that to 145. All right. So I don't like the whole thing there. So I just like that. I think that's where things look good. Because coming close to the railing, it looked weird. All right, perfect. Here we go. All right, so here it is. So I got a little bit off on that right there, but I'm going to fix that right now. We'll fix that. See how the vertical's a little shifted there? We're going to fix that right quick. Sometimes that'll happen with gimbals. You got to watch that with gimbals. That sometimes you'll get like a little like tilt. I don't know what that is about. The Xion does that often to me. I don't know why. Easy to fix though. All right. So now what I'll do is I'm going to run a speed ramp here. Now, let's see. I got to get it faster. It's got to be like super fast. And we'll give it a little turn. There we go. Okay. So a little bit more tune in there. There we go. Something like that. Lon, then I'm sorry I called you a scumbag. I'll take that back. Ladies and gentlemen, Lon is no longer a scumbag. You've been demoted, Lon. How's that? Is that acceptable? Will you accept my public apology for calling you a scumbag, Lon? Or would you like me to do something a little bit more stylistic? I can do stylistic, Lon. You tell me what you want. Whatever you want. I don't want to break your heart, Lon. Gotta try to figure out how to... No, not that. I don't like that one. I agree that it's partially a YouTube problem, Lon. I agree that it's partially a YouTube problem, but it's a problem that YouTube allotted, and, well, I take grievance with it. And the fact that he knows the exploit in which that he's using. So, you know, it's a creator problem. It's a moral compass of the creator. All right, I sort of think this would be a cool shot, but I don't know how it's going to play out. I'm going to put an in point here. I don't know how that's going to play out, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I like that shot. Did it just do an autosave? I'm thankful for that. You know what? I like that shot. I think I like that one better. Yes. That's the shot I want to use. A little more invertation. Yep. That's the one we're going to go. I think Lon is a good guy. I was premature in saying that Lon was a scumbag. I'll give it back to you, Lon. I'm giving it back to you. We'll take that one back. I'm removing your scumbag moderator badge. Some shots just, man, they give you, oh, good. It makes you feel so good. It's so good. All right, so I got to add a little warp stabilizer to that, though. Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Got to nest that sequence. Chris is good for that. He's a good guy. Chris Hope is a really good guy. Again, another good person in the community that genuinely cares what happens. That's what's good. Sort of digging the way these FPV shots are being tied together. I love it. All right, let's see. What do we got here? how much? 20 seconds remaining. That's weird. This clip's stabilizing really fast, and that had 60 frames per second. That's sort of weird. But the Sony clips are taking forever to. And that's H.265. H.265 is way better, even at editing on Premiere Pro right now. Man, I wish everything shot H.265. That's so crazy that it didn't give me any issues. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to nest this sequence again. And I'm going to do time remapping. And we are going to do one more speed ramp. A speed ramp a doodle right into the house. So I'll probably extend that a little bit. Something like that. Nothing crazy. And I'll need to add a speed ramp to this end here, because remember, we are leaving the house. So we're leaving the house fast. So we want to speed ramp it. So let's just see how that looks, this little sequence right here. I don't know if I like that. May have been too short for how fast I was doing it. No, I don't like that. I think no speed ramp as I leave the house is fine. Unless I do a larger speed ramp like right here. Maybe I'll add a speed ramp like here. I'll pull this up to about there. And then I'll just make a really like feathered. I'll feather it out like heavily. Sort of like that. Let's see what that looks like. Seems too abrupt still. I want to feather that more. I think it needs to be feathered. I think the abruptness is coming from this right here. All right, that looks cool. All right, so now it's got to add the movie theater shots in. Which I added them here. Movie theater shots, where are they? Oh, you know what? I got an elevator shot I got to put in there. That's right. She'll lose her mind if I don't put the elevator in there. I just don't know where the elevator is at. Where the hell did the elevator go? I know I took a video of the elevator. I know for certain I did. Oh boy, I gotta find where that elevator shot is. I don't think it looks very good, but I'll do it. Where did I put the elevator? Oh, there it is. Freaking elevator. Wait a second. You know what I'll do? I got an idea. I'm going to take the elevator shot and splice it here. But I'm going to stabilize and then I will reverse it. Yeah, I'm trying it, Sean, seeing how it works out. I wanted to try something different than I've seen. I've never seen anybody use an FPV drone, and I just want to know if it was, if you can really, you can do it. And it's definitely doable. You just got to be really careful with the angles you take, and you can't use all the clips for it. You got to just use some. All right. That's good. Let me nest this sequence. And speed and duration, we'll go to reverse speed. All right, so I'm going to do that right there. Speed duration. We'll say we'll put 80% and we will time interpolation, optical flow. There. Beautiful. Now, appreciate it. Thanks, Caden, man. All right, so let's watch it back to see what we have right now. Because like I said, we've got this theater room and we got the laundry room as the last thing we need to do. And then I have to incorporate some last shots. My goal is to make this video not too long, but try to make it where it's condensed enough to where all the rooms are showed and all the features and benefits of the house, but make it as interesting as I can. So here we go. Let's see what we got so far. Watching it back one more time. All right. And then we'll color grade it and ship it. Some of these gimbal shots came out really good. I'm really actually happy with A7 III. A little stumble right there for some reason. It may have been the slider goofing up on me. I will, because I have to do some more speed ramping, so I'll show you how to speed ramp some things. So speed ramp's coming up here right now. I didn't speed ramp a lot in this video. Sometimes I do, but there was less flow I felt with this video. So here's a speed ramp back into the house to showcase that. And here's one into the house. I gotta fix this clip a little bit, add some time interpolation to it. Let me do that really quick. I want to go ahead and add a little bit of optical flow to that. That'll help that little jitter I'm seeing. Once I color grade it and add a filter, that will be good. That came out good. That's good. Thanks, Paul. That came out okay. There we go. So I want to quickly touch on that speed ramp here. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, why would you do a speed ramp here? I didn't really say this, but give this a little bit of a second here. Right there, you can see me in the mirror. So the reason why I use a speed ramp is because when you speed ramp it, you really can't see yourself in the mirror. So that sometimes when you have mirrors, just a tip, if you have a mirror, speed ramp it past the mirror, because nobody's going to watch that video in slow motion back and they're not going to be able to see that. Watch. See? Couldn't see me in the mirror once you speed ramp it. All right. Now we can go to the theater. So now that we've got like all this done, we can go to the theater, and I still have other shots that I have to add to this. So like I have this shot here where we still got to add this there. So we still have to do those talking shots, but we'll get those in there in a little bit. Okay, so we've got bedroom, theater. This is the theater room. Who's that? Aerial imagery? I'm not. I don't think I've heard of them. Stabilizer. Add a little stabilizer to this. We'll add. Thinking about going 5%. Ooh. Go 5% on that one. Let that warp. But all right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream here. I've been going almost 2.5 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'm almost done with this video. If you want to check out the final product of this, you can go ahead and check me out on Apex Image and Media on Facebook, or you can go ahead and check out the Apex Aerial Imaging channel. I'll be sure to drop a link in the community tab, because I probably, like, a stream this long, I'm probably not going to keep it up. Just because it's super long and nobody's going to sit here and watch it. I may chop this up and use some of the tips and stuff. But yeah, anyways, thanks so much for hanging out, watching today. I really appreciate all of you guys. And we will see you guys later. And I'm not a hero. Too many nights